Ethan Cole signed up for the sleep study because he needed the money. $5,000 for one night. All he had to do was sleep in a controlled lab while researchers monitored his brain activity. No drugs, the technician assured him. No risks, just observation. The facility sat miles outside the city, isolated and silent. That should have been his first warning. The room was small, but comfortable. A single bed. A camera in each corner. Soft white walls. No windows. They attached electrodes to his scalp and chest. If you see anything unusual, the lead researcher, Dr. Haru, said calmly, press the red button beside your bed. We'll come in immediately. See anything? Ethan laughed. While I'm asleep. Dr. Haru didn't smile. You may experience vivid dreams. 11:47 p.m. The lights dimmed automatically. Ethan lay on his back, staring at the ceiling. He wasn't tired. The room felt heavy, like the air pressure had changed. He closed his eyes. He dreamed he was still in the room, still lying in bed. Unable to mobi. Sleep paralysis. He'd experienced it before. But this felt different. The room was darker in the dream, the corners deeper, thicker, and there was something standing near the door. Tall. Too thin. Its limbs elongated, almost dragging on the floor. It had no face, just a smooth surface where features should have been. It tilted its head, watching him. Ethan tried to scream. Nothing came out. The thing took one slow step forward. Then he woke up. 12:26 a.m. He was drenched in sweat. Just a dream, he muttered. He glanced at the corner near the door. Empty. He exhaled in relief. Then he noticed something strange. The red emergency button beside his bed was already pressed in. His heart began to race. He hadn't touched it. He was sure of that. The door swung open suddenly. Dr. Haru rushed in, followed by two assistants. You pressed the button, she said sharply. I didn't. You did. At exactly 12:19. I was asleep. Dr. Haru studied him carefully. Describe what you saw. Ethan hesitated. A tall thing, no face. The assistants exchanged glances. Dr. Haru's jaw tightened slightly. What did it do? It watched me. Silence filled the room. Then she forced a thin smile. Common sleep paralysis hallucination. Will continue. They left, but this time they locked the door behind them. Ethan didn't want to sleep again, but exhaustion dragged him under. He was back in the room, paralyzed again, only now the faceless figure was closer, standing at the foot of his bed. Its body bent unnaturally, like it didn't have bones. It leaned down until its blank face hovered inches above his. Though it had no eyes, he felt it staring directly into him. Then something horrifying happened. A second. Ethan sat up in the bed, not the paralyzed one. Another version of him. This double turned its head toward the creature and smiled. You can take this one, the double said calmly. The creature's smooth face began to split open vertically, like a zipper tearing down flesh. Inside rose a small, twitching eyes blinked open. Ethan woke up screaming. 1:03 a.m. The red button was pressed again. He hadn't touched it. The door opened more slowly this time. Dr. Haru entered alone. You were seeing it earlier than expected, she murmured. What does that mean? Isan demanded. She pulled up a tablet and showed him a live feed. It was his room. From above, he was lying in bed, perfectly still. Eyes closed. The timestamp read 12:58 a.m. That's not possible, he whispered. I'm right here. Dr. Hirosa's voice dropped to almost a whisper. You are in stage 4. What's stage 4? We're not studying sleep, she said. We're studying separation. The walls flickered. Just for a second, like a bad video stream. Ethan looked down at his hands. They were slightly transparent. You're dreaming right now, Dr. Haru continued. Your body is still asleep, but your consciousness leaves. Cold dread spread through him. "And the thing?" he asked. She didn't answer immediately. "It's what waits outside the body." The lights cut out completely. Darkness swallowed the room. When emergency red lights flickered on Dr. Harrow was gone. The door was gone. The cameras were gone. The room stretched endlessly in all directions, and the faceless creature stood at the center. But it wasn't alone anymore. There were dozens of them, each holding something in their long, thin fingers. Faces. Human faces. Like masks. Some were old, some were young. Some looked terrified. One of them looked exactly like Ethan. The nearest creature stepped forward and gently pressed Ethan's own face. He felt it peeling. Not skin. Not flesh. Something deeper, like his identity being pulled loose. "You stay," the creatures whispered in unison. "Your body is strong." He jolted awake, gasping. 3:42 a.m. The room was normal again. Dr. Harrow and the assistants were gone. The electrodes were gone. The door stood open. The facility was empty. Completely abandoned. Dust covered the equipment. Chairs overturned, like no one had been there for years. He stumbled outside into the cold morning air. His car was still in the parking lot. He drove home in silence, trying to convince himself it was stress. A hallucination. A nightmare. That night, exhausted, he fell asleep instantly. He dreamed he was in a white room, watching someone lie in a bed. Electrodes attached. Cameras recording. It took him a moment to recognize the man in the bed. It was himself, and standing beside the bed was Dr. Harrow. She looked up at Dremathan and smiled. "Stage 5, she said softly. In the bed, Rilithan's eyes snapped open, but they weren't his eyes anymore. They were smooth, blank, faceless. Ethan woke up screaming, but the scream sounded wrong. Holloway ran to the bathroom mirror. His reflection stared back. Normal. For a moment, then it blinked. He hadn't. Slowly the face in the mirror lifted its hands and began to peel itself off. Underneath was nothing, just smooth skin. From behind him, in the darkness of his bedroom, a familiar voice whispered, "Separation complete. If you ever volunteer for a sleep study, make sure to restudying dreams, and not what leaves your body when you close your eyes."